Yeah, so recently I watched the movie Donnie Darko for the first time. Um, and I want to talk about just mental health, and what people get diagnosed as disorders. You know, like I just want to talk about how you never know what goes on in someone's mind. You know what I'm saying? You never know what some people are dealing with. Like sometimes people may look at a person like, yo, there's a problem with him. There's a problem with her. You know, um, and sometimes yeah, but sometimes you gotta really understand like we all got something wrong with us, whether it's a disorder or insecurities about herself or you know or our mindset. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to understand that it's life. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm realizing therapy helps with that. Therapy helps with that. Like in the movie Donnie Darko, he went to therapy, and he opened up mostly. He opened up actually mostly to the therapist because it was kind of outside of his regular environment. Like his parents he probably thought his parents were looking crazy, or you know his sisters were looking crazy, or his friends would look at him crazy. So the therapist, he started opening up the therapist, and slowly the therapist was like, wait, it's that's not right, because he had a because his, I guess his alter ego or the friend that was telling him to do this, do bad things, was taking control of it. And I think that kind of represents, the dark side of um, our conscience. You know what I'm saying? It sometimes can come out vigorously or come out any type of way. So we gotta watch out for our conscience. That's why I like. That's why I want to talk about mental health, because I think a lot of us need it. I think a lot of us need it, and that helps. You know, doing therapy, like going to therapy and just talking about it. Yeah, but Darn Darko, really, like a lot of people, really, he's really smart. Like he's really a good person. He really down to earth person, really. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I also think that even him being a regular person, people just don't understand him because he's he might be shy, timid, but he also has friends. But it's like I think you know I don't know. I feel like he feels like there's no one that gets him. There's no one that has the same problem as he does. And I think he did say that. There's a lot of people around you, but he feels alone. You know, and I know some of us probably feel like that. So I think therapy helps with that to cope with. You know, and yeah, like we gotta understand, like we're all human beings. Like no one's perfect. And you don't need to have mental problems to go to therapy. You go to therapy. Everybody should go to therapy. I think it helps you navigate through life. We all, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? We all don't know all the right answers. We all don't, you know what I'm saying? We all, yes, some people are smarter. Some people, want and that's sometimes based on the environment, or just that, some of us pay attention earlier, some of us, later in life. But I think therapy is important. Like, the therapist was talking with him, he was, slowly, and the therapist understood, Donnie's perspective, was understanding Donnie's perspective. So, yeah, so mental health is important, and going to therapy is important.